Hi, welcome back to my channel, Refining Amy. This is a special edition. It's like a, sorry I didn't give you a week 22 because it was close to my 5-month video. And hey, I got news for you, so stay tuned. Okay, I know you guys miss so much hearing about my poop scoop and all that stuff, so I just had to come and say I'm sorry that I didn't share my week 22 with you. I'll get to that in just a second. Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to Refining Amy. This is my YouTube channel. On March 19th, 2019, I had VSG surgery in Vegas with Blossom Bariatrics. Dr. Tom Umbach was my surgeon. And if you want to discuss anything with me or what was going on and my experience, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to answer. Okay, so a little catch-up session. When I came to you last, it was for my 5-month surgery video, and guess what? I was so close to Wonderland. I was 200.2 pounds. And I thought, okay, well, if I lose weight the following day, because my surgery was on the 19th, but my Tuesday weigh-in was on the 20th. And I thought, well, if there's a lot of news, I'll come to you guys. Well, then I felt really bad because I didn't share everything with it. And you know, it's not a video if I don't talk about my poop with you guys for a weekly update. So I was like, I left you guys in the dark on what's going on with me and my bowels. You know, gosh, what's going on? You should be able to count on some things in life. So here I am, and I just wanted to tell you, I did really great with my water goal. There was a couple of times where I got a little close to, you know, saying, okay, I want to be done by my water goal by 9 o'clock at night. I think that's what I said. It might have been 8. I don't know. I was going by 9 because that's what I remembered. Anyways, so I would get a little close to, it was like 7:30 and I'm like, whoa, you gotta really get this down. And so I was able to meet it every day, and I was really excited about that. Also, I will tell you, it was really neat coming back to work. And for the people who hadn't been keeping up with me on Facebook and seeing the changes, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, hey, you know. Or there was one lady, I was like, hey, and that's like, she came into the office and I happened to be there at the same time I was making a copy of something, and she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was you standing there. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, that means the world to me. And it was funny, my students, and you know, I work with special needs students, and they were so cute, absolutely adorable. Here they come in from the bus, and I meet them in the hallway as they're headed to breakfast, and they walk right by me, didn't say a word. And I was like, well, hello to you too, you know. And I was like, good morning, and I said so-and-so's name, and they turn around and they're like, Miss So Silly. And I was like, okay, so my husband came out here and he put out the umbrella because he noticed how much the sun was in my face. Wind was blowing everything around, and I was like, okay, thank you for your help. Okay, now, let's see. All right, yep, it's not wanting to work. Okay, so my husband came out, he put up the umbrella. He's helping me out here a little bit. All right, so my stand is not working correctly. It's wanting to fall because it's a little windy, and so it just keeps going, and then it pisses me off. So I'm just gonna hold it. All right, so it was super cute when my students saw me, and it dawned on them, and it wasn't, and they came walking right by me, and it was like, it didn't even hit them that I was their teacher until I said something, and then they recognized my voice, and they're like, Miss blah blah blah. They're like, you're so silly. And I was like, how am I silly? And they're like, you changed. And one of the other ones, and the sign language for same is this, and she was super cute because she's like, you're not the same. So it was really adorable, and I love these kids. In fact, today I got to go watch a Special Olympics event and watch one of my students compete, and just a remarkable thing. In fact, my daughter went with me, and she's like, I think this would be a cool thing. I was like, that would be a wonderful senior project for you to be involved with Special Olympics. And I would love to work with her with that as well. I have my special kiddos all day long, and they are amazing. And so, but watching a child that gets afraid of things and struggles with different things and watching them succeed is an amazing experience. So if you have a chance to go to any kind of Special Olympics event, you should do it, even if you don't know anyone there, because it was equally exciting for me to see kids that I didn't know or adults that I didn't know competing. Let's get into the poop. The poop scoop is like this. I said that I was going to get into a doctor, try to get into a doctor, or actually one of you guys has said, hey, just quit with this and contact your doctor. And the hardest thing about that is it means that I have to, when I go to the doctor, I'm going to, because it's not like an emergent type thing and everything, and I need afternoon appointments, it takes a very long time. So I did talk with the nurse practitioner, and she called me back, I guess, after talking with the doctor, and she's like, hey, look, he says go ahead and take a Dulcolax a day and let's see what happens before you come in. I was like, I don't know if I wanted to take that, but you got to understand, to get it to go the other way, to like after it's like 7 days or 4 days or 5 days, or however long it is in between going. He's like, hey, or she said, hey, look, it's better than nothing. If you can start going a little bit along versus taking 3 to get yourself going, and it'd be like an explosion event. I was like, okay, you're right. So I've been taking 1 Dulcolax a day, and guess what? This girl's going poop a little bit more. Now, it's not a ton, and it's like every 2 days after that, it's like I get more. So in between time, it's the weirdest thing. So we'll see. I'm hoping it'll help me get more and more regular, and I'll just have normal bowel movements. But think about how sad that's going to be when you don't have the poop scoop anymore. Just saying. All right. So, my husband, he was super excited when we were talking about how close I was to Wonderland and being, right at 200 pounds and everything. And he was like, hey, when's the last time you've been at this weight? And I was like, oh gosh. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, okay, was it after I had my daughter, or was it after I had the second to oldest child? And I got to thinking about it. I don't really know. And I got just thinking, and it was actually after I had the boy, which is the second to oldest. And I got close after I had my daughter, but here's the thing. I was taking shots, and she was a lot older. I did that, and I think she was in middle school, but I never got down to Wonderland. I was really close, but I never got there. And I think the lowest I got in size was like a size 16. I would now wear size 14s pants, and I wear a size large shirt. And I was super excited about thinking about these things. And I think the lowest I got after I had ballooned up and lost some weight again, but it was taking so much. I was doing Weight Watchers. I was taking medicine that the doctor gave me, and I was exercising every single day, like 3 times a day. That's not possible to continue. You know, it's not living. I was like doing a program and not really living my life. It was it didn't feel good. It was like exhausting, you know. And I think the lowest I got during that time frame, and I think he was 2 around that time, or maybe 3. I think I got down, and I was exercising with a friend of mine like 3 times a week. We would exercise together, and the other times I was exercising on my own, and I would exercise in the morning and in the afternoon or evening. And I was doing walk away the pounds, and I was doing Pilates, and gosh, it was like nonstop. And the lowest I got then was like, I got down to 160, I think, and I wore a size 8. And it was like gone in a second. As soon as I stopped doing the crazy exercise regime, it was gone. So, you know, to see myself getting towards that again, it is amazing. Friday morning on August 23rd, 2019, this girl stood on the scale, and I was 199.7. I am in Wonderland, and I'm so excited because, you know, this is like a big, huge milestone for me, because it's been so long. Like, I would lose some weight, I go back, I lose some weight. It was like the ever-present yo-yo, but I would never get anywhere near a healthy weight, you know. I'm still considered overweight. I am no longer considered like morbidly obese, you know, and that's where I have been. And so this is just amazing. This also means I'm very close to my next huge milestone, just because of how things go. I'm so close to having lost 100 pounds. So I will let you guys know when that, and there will probably be a special video for that as well, if it doesn't happen on my weigh-in day. Okay, so my great news about this week is I hopped on the scale, and I do it every day to just see like how I'm trending, and I don't worry if there's fluctuations of ounces or anything like that. I don't get worried at all. I don't worry if I see even a jolt up in a pound, especially if I've been really close on not getting in my water. So I was like, okay, well, here I am, and I'm doing fine. I'm not worried about it. I just do it to see like the trend, to see how I'm doing. And I also sometimes I look at, I'm sorry, I'm holding this with my hand because my stupid stand isn't working, keeps turning off. Anyways, so I was looking at I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on the scale, and I have been hovering like I was 200.2 the last time I came to you guys. And then I got on the scale Friday morning, and it was 199.7, and I literally hopped off the scale, went and grabbed my phone, got on the scale again, and then took a picture of it, because I was like, oh my gosh, I hit Wonderland. I texted my husband, I texted my mother and mother-in-law, and I texted some of my friends, and I'm like, look. And so it was really sweet, because one of my coworkers brought me a flower, and it was just like, in congratulations. She came to my classroom, and she's like, here, and I was like, oh, thank you. So that was really sweet of her. And I was like, and it actually was it was like, oh, that's really cool, because it was like a little mini celebration. And I do want to say, this shirt that I'm wearing right now, this is a mini goal shirt that I had set out, that when I was in Vegas, we went to a store, and I found a couple of tops. They were size larges, and they were from the junior section though. So, and juniors for me just seemed to run a little bit smaller than women's larges. And so I was very excited, because I was able to wear it. And my daughter's like, ooh, that's super cute, Mom. I'm gonna have to steal it. And I'm like, oh, stay away from my clothes. But it's really awesome because we're just it's, you know, it's fun to shop for clothes because it's like, okay, all right, that looks good, you know, and just being in Wonderland is exciting. And you know, it also means it's so close to me losing 100 pounds, and that's another big, huge milestone for me. In fact, when I have my 100-pound loss is when I'm getting my weight loss tattoo. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll share that with you guys later. I will share you show a picture if I can find it. And this is a picture of when I went and bought shirts, and I took a picture of my shirt that I was currently wearing with the new shirt that I bought, the size larges, on top of it, so you could see the difference in the two. My husband and I went to Texas Roadhouse last night for supper because it's one of my favorite places that I can go. I can get a steak or whatever. And you know, I still don't even eat. I like order a 6-ounce steak and don't eat it all. And so, you know, I cut about half of it off and I gave him the rest of it. But it was just interesting because it was one of the places that I went for a mini food funeral. And when I sat down, it was so uncomfortable because we were in a booth and the table was hitting, you know, against my stomach right underneath my boobs, and my boobs were up on top of the table like I was serving them for dinner or something. And you know, it's been a long time since I breastfed, so that's not an option anymore. But it just felt like that's how it was presenting itself all the time. And so now I just think, okay, in terms of, I had such a big space between it, you know, me and the table, and just felt like it was so comfortable. You know, I sit and I cross my legs under the table when I go out to dinner, and I could have never done that before. And just knowing, like, you can imagine eating a plate of food and already it being tight when you sit down, and as you're eating it getting tighter and tighter as you go. It's just impossible to enjoy yourself. And so I sat next to my husband. We were in the booth together on the same side, and you know, just got to chat and share our dinner, and it was just a really great time for both of us. So I have officially hit Wonderland. This is a special report, and I'm not going to post a whole bunch of stats because my new stats will come up when I do officially my week 23. But I thank you guys. I just wanted to bring you the exciting news. I'm doing great. I didn't tell you, like, my new goals for week 23 was to continue my water, and also a recipe. You all have a wonderful weekend, what's left of it. I plan on enjoying our family celebrations this evening, and you know, take care, and I'll talk to you real soon. Goodbye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.